I am interviewing my mother about her own personal memories of my old baby clothes and whether her perception is different to my own. What do you remember of the item?
I can remember my grandmother knitting the item for you and a matching item for your twin brother. As you know, you were born on the 28th of March, which was still quite a cold time of year, so I wanted to be able to keep you warm. Initially, when you were born, I purchased some hand-knitted cardigans from a church bazaar, and I showed them to my grandmother, and she was quite upset when she saw what I had done, because when I was a little girl, she knitted all of my clothes for me. So she asked me whether or not I would like her to knit some clothes for you and for Dominic. And I thought that was a great idea. So she said to. And from that day on, you were never without cardigans. She knitted all kinds of things for you, right up until you were 3 years old.
What does it mean to you?
Those memories that I've got of those clothing mean a lot to me, because now it's something that I cherish, not only because it was baby clothes that you wore and Dominic wore, but also that it was knitted by my grandmother, who has now passed away. And I think it's lovely when we look back at the family photographs that we can see myself as a young child wearing items of clothing that was knitted by her and clothing that she knitted for my two brothers, but also clothing that you and Dominic wore as children. They are really precious items to me since she passed away.
Was it fashionable at the time?
I don't think that the items were fashionable at the time. At the time that you were babies, it was very fashionable to have shop-bought clothes, and I think the in thing at the time was to have baby clothes from Next. But one, it was quite an expensive way of dressing a baby, and obviously I had two babies, not one. But also, I didn't go with the norm, and I wanted you and Dominic to be very well dressed and to be warm and to be individuals. And when you were both dressed in cardigans and items that were made by your great-grandmother, you always looked lovely and you were always matching. And I always used to get comments from people about how lovely you both looked. And that made me feel good, because the things that your great-grandmother made for you couldn't be bought anywhere else. They couldn't be bought from a store. So I thought they were very precious. And I didn't care that they weren't fashionable, because they looked lovely.
The item is hand-knitted baby clothes made by my great-grandmother Iris, and she made them for me when before I was born, and kind of during, when I was a few weeks old and stuff. I mean, these are them here, and she knitted them for me and my brother, my twin brother, and I just love how intricate the clothes are. They're just, I don't know what to say about them. I just think they're just so cool and unique, and because these weren't bought, they were things she actually made for me, and I think I love that about them, that they were handmade, that they were for me. They mean a great deal to myself. I feel attached emotionally to them. I just feel so, I love them. I do. I love them so much, and I think they're so, especially this, I just think it's so sweet and cute, and everything about it is brilliant. I've mentioned earlier that they were just so well made, and I think because my grandma died in 2005, she passed away, and I didn't know her for a long time. And so if anything, they mean more to me because that's probably one of the only memories I have of her. It's what I have left of her. They're a piece of her to me, and I will always remember that. I will always remember what she did for me and what she did for my mum. I think that's so evident in the clothes, because she did so much for me. She did so much for my mum, and I personally would never let them go. It's something so deep and personal and intimate that I love, and her love and generosity is forever bound in the wall.